Hey, class of 2020, congratulations and welcome to our baccalaureate service online. And we're excited that you're going to take a few minutes of your day here to spend with us and celebrating you and celebrating the Lord for all that He's done for you and all these years that you've put in school and for all the good times and the bad times that God has been there with you every step of the way. And so we're going to celebrate that with you tonight. I've got a couple of songs recorded for you. One is called Sea of Victory, and the other is called It Is Well. Those are both pretty popular songs. There have been over the last several years, and I think they're totally relevant today. You know, Sea of Victory, we are confident that through all these trials and all this tribulation that the Lord is going to bring victory, and that we're going to get through this with Him. And It Is Well is just such an amazing song right now to reflect on. All the tragedy and all the chaos going on in the world right now, we can rest easy knowing it's well with our soul because we have the Lord with us and He will carry us through this time. And all these bad things that have happened, especially to you all with things being taken away from you because of this pandemic, you can rest easy knowing it is well with my soul because the Lord will carry me through and will get me through to the next big thing in my life. And hopefully 20 years down the road, you look back on this time and it's a bump in the road and you go, yeah, it was bad, but I was blessed through it. There was a lot that I learned and I grew closer to my family. I grew closer to my Bible. I grew closer to the Lord in this time. So we hope that that's what you will get from this entire experience. And we hope that you enjoy these songs. My wife and I enjoyed recording them for you, and we hope that you enjoy them and will sing along with your families in your homes. Take care. Congratulations again, class of 2020.
Grander earth has quaked before, moved by the sound of His voice. Seas that are shaken and stirred can be calmed and broken for my regard. Through it all, my eyes are on you. Through it all, it is well. Through it all, my eyes are on you, and it is well with me. Far be it from me to not believe, even when my eyes can't see. And this mountain that's in front of me will be thrown into the midst of the sea. Through it all, my eyes are on you. Through it all, it is well. Through it all, my eyes are on you, and it is well. It is well. So let go, my soul, and try.
weapon may be formed, but it won't prosper. When the darkness falls, it won't prevail. 'Cause the God I serve knows only how to triumph. My God will never fail. Oh, my God will never fail. I'm gonna see a victory. I'm gonna see a victory. For the battle belongs to you, Lord. I'm gonna see a victory. I'm gonna see a victory. For the battle belongs to you, Lord. There's power in the mighty name of Jesus. Every war he wages, he will win. I'm not backing down from any giant. I know how this story ends. Yes, I know how this story ends. I'm gonna see a victory. I'm gonna see a victory. For the battle belongs to you, Lord. I'm gonna see a victory. I'm gonna see a victory. For the battle belongs to you, Lord. I'm gonna see a victory. I'm gonna see a victory. For the battle belongs to you, Lord. I'm gonna see a victory. I'm gonna see a victory. For the battle belongs to you, Lord. You take what the enemy meant for evil, and you turn it for good. You turn it for good. You take what the enemy meant for evil, and you turn it for good. You turn it for good. You take what the enemy meant for evil, and you turn it for good. You turn it for good. You take what the enemy meant for evil, and you turn it for good. You turn it for good. I'm gonna see a victory. I'm gonna see a victory. For the battle belongs to you, Lord. I'm gonna see a victory. I'm gonna see a victory. For the battle belongs to you, Lord. I'm gonna see a victory. I'm gonna see a victory. For the battle belongs to you, Lord. I'm gonna see a victory. I'm gonna see a victory. For the battle belongs to you, Lord. You take what the enemy meant for evil, and you turn it for good. You turn it for good. You take what the enemy meant for evil, and you turn it for good. You turn it for good.
You take what the enemy meant for evil,
And you turn it for good. You turn it for good.
Timothy 4:12. Don't let anyone look down on you because you're young, but set an example for the believers in speech, in life, in love, in faith, and in purity.
Proverbs 3:5-7a. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make straight your paths. Be not wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and turn away from evil.
Hello to everyone who is watching tonight. I thank you for being here. I am Alice Lambert, a 13-year veteran teacher with the last 14 years of teaching here at Boone County High School. I want to first thank my son, who also graduated from Boone, for the use of his graduation cap right here. It's called a mortar board because they resemble a tool used by bricklayers to hold mortar while they put together the bricks. So what you're wearing on your head is a bricklayer tool. Go figure. And it looks like it. So we'll take that off. Indeed, it is an honor and a great pleasure to participate in this ceremony, giving me an opportunity to speak to the 2020 graduating class. I too graduated from Boone County High School, and this year, in September, my senior class, will be celebrating its 50th year reunion. So I've been a rebel for a very long time. This year, you have faced difficult challenges. The fourth quarter being disrupted by the closing of schools and shifting to all classes online. Some of you had never used Canvas before like this. Most of your teachers had not either. It was a challenge for all of us. You've had to face daily living in quarantine, most of your time at home with family and siblings. Some parents have been quarantined and laid off work temporarily, some permanently. Some students have had to work, helping their families pay the monthly bills. Many of you did not have a computer or internet service, and so you've had to deal with how to submit your work. Quite a few of you have had to even babysit siblings while your parents worked. So you did not have much time to complete schoolwork or even to have personal time. There are other challenges that each of you may have experienced, and yet most importantly, you have dealt with these successfully. What was considered a normal day at school, this fourth quarter, didn't exist. May never again. Instead of lingering on what didn't happen this year, however, I want to share with you some discoveries I've made over the years. I hope they will help you provide information to help you deal with the different changes and phases of life you'll be going through. First, make wise choices and decisions. What you choose to do, think, and say, and the decisions about those choices will determine your mental state, whether happy, sad, angry, frustrated, anxious, any emotion. And those definitely will affect your health. You have an interpersonal power to make any changes you want in your life, should you decide that you're not pleased with the way things are. You don't have to like your life. If you don't like it, change it. And how do you do that? You have to change your way of thinking about it. Thoughts carry energy. That transfers energy into ideas, into the words that you speak. And then action makes those ideas real. I always liked the slogan by Nike when they said, just do it. Don't try. Just do it. The past, it's over. Set in stone. Can't be changed. The future is still undecided. You got to plan for it and make backup plans because things always change. You got to be flexible. And at the same time, be open to opportunities that come to you. The present, right now, is really the only thing that's real. Use the present to reflect on your past experiences and what you've learned from that. Where do you want to be in 4, 5, 10, 20 years from now? What you do today will affect what will happen. Try not to use the word consequences. Consequences has a negative connotation, sort of a punishment for what you may have done, and usually what you may have done wrong. I prefer to use results from your actions. Think about that. What decisions do I make today, and how will they affect, or what will be the results tomorrow? Consequences, fear-based. Let go of fear. Traditionally, Native Americans leaders, they made decisions about their families and about their communities only after considering how it would affect 7 generations in the future. An example would be several years ago, and even today, Native American leaders have to decide, should an oil company be permitted to build a pipeline under or close to water source of their communities? They have to determine how will it affect their children's 7 times. You get the idea. So when faced with making decisions in your life, ask yourself, what will I do today? What decisions will I make? And how will that affect the next generations, the next 7 generations? Oh, there'll be joys in your lives. The ones that make you grin down to your toes. And there'll be challenges, not problems or crises. Remember, choose carefully the words with negative connotations. Let those go. Substitute them with ones more positive. For instance, instead of saying problems, I have issues. Ones that can be figured out. When you use the words obstacles, those that can be removed or stepped over. I like the words challenges because those are circumstances that you can deal with confidently, fearlessly, and work out with determination. Let's talk about perceptions. Now, perceptions is how you see life and how you interpret the world around you. Author Becky A. Bailey wrote a list of how you use personal power and the perceptions to guide your lives. Power 1, power of attention. What you focus on, you get more of. What are you giving power to? Second, the power of love. This is not kissy face. This is seeing the best in one another. Everyone, regardless of race, culture, religion, political beliefs, gender, everyone has the same basic needs: to be loved, to have security, to be sheltered, food and water. Everybody. There's no us and them. In the world today, there's only we. We are in this together. At school, at work, on the job, in the world. Embrace differences, your own and other people's. Those differences make life interesting. Imagine how boring it would be if everybody was the same. And even though you may not agree with another person's beliefs or ideas, sharing the differences of opinion and respecting one another for them allows you to expand your understanding of yourselves as well as other people. You may find that there are different ideas that you hadn't considered before. Number 3, the power of perception. This is one of my favorites. No one can make you angry without your permission. Only you can manage your emotions. 4, The power of free will. The only person you can make change is yourselves. Yourself. Don't try to change other people. It's not going to happen unless they want to. Number 5, the power of unity. Focus on connecting instead of trying to be better. That only separates and judges. Remember, listen for positive, supporting, encouraging advice. Ask questions. Listen with a selective ear. You got to look beyond the surface of people's words at the motivation behind what is said. Looks can be deceiving, is the old saying. Now remember about Wizard of Oz, okay? This terrifying wizard was actually an ordinary man hiding fearfully behind a curtain. Look closer at your fears. What's camouflaged behind the curtain? And get off your phones. Okay? Give yourself a break from the phones from time to time. Don't be a phone zombie with a constant stream of advertising, one-sided ideas, hate, judgment, anger, and fear that many people post. You're stronger and you're smarter and you're more creative than you know. Every day you're in charge of your life through your thoughts, the words you speak, what you do, and how you react to those around you and the events that you encounter. This has been a year like no other. What will your new normal be? What have you learned about yourself, about your family, about the community, your government, and the world? What will you create? Believe in yourselves. Trust your instincts. Live in harmony with others around you and nature. Choose positive words in your speech and your thoughts. In this way, you will create the life your heart desires. Best wishes. Be safe, be healthy, and be fearless. I humbly thank you.
For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you, to not harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Then you will call upon me and pray to me, and I will listen to you. You will seek me when you find me and seek me with all your heart. Jeremiah 29, verse 11 through 13. The Lord has a plan for all of us. Everything that is going on right now is all part of a bigger plan. We have no clue what it is, but it all started the year we were born. We were all born around September 11, 2001. We entered the world during a time of uncertainty and chaos. Remember when we entered kindergarten, we had no idea what school would be like. When we were starting middle school and we were all going through our awkward phases. Here we are graduating with that same uncertainty. However, there are a few things that are certain. God has a plan for us. Our class has been chosen to carry out his plan in a way that no other class has been asked to do before. We've all been asked to make sacrifices during this time, whether that's missing out on our senior season of the sport that we love, or maintaining social distancing from our closest friends. We are learning that our actions will affect everyone around us, and that all these sacrifices are for a purpose. After we graduate, we must go out into the world and work God's plan that he has for us. Whether this includes going to college or trade school or going straight into work, we must keep our minds on the bigger picture. We are not alone. Each of us has an individual purpose that when we come together will help us toward the greater good. We may be asked to stay 6 feet apart, but we are still close when we are 6 feet apart. We have attended drive-through birthday sessions or more Zoom meetings than we thought we would have attended. But all these experiences are just shaping us into better people. Our sacrifices are going to make a difference. Although we are graduating online, we are still graduating. We still can celebrate our accomplishments from the past 4 years, like winning championships, earning scholarships, making the grades, celebrating special birthdays, getting our driver's license, meeting new friends. Our hard work has paid off. We are still receiving that high school diploma that we've worked the past 13 years for. It is now time to work toward a different goal. Whatever that goal may be, we have to keep in mind that everything happens for a reason. We're all part of a plan that God has for us. It is our turn to make a difference. We are the next generation of adults entering this world, and it's time to make the world a better place. We must also take this time to thank everyone who has helped us get this far. I'm speaking for all of us when I say thank you to our teachers and family who have helped us and supported us through this tough time. We couldn't have done it without you guys, so thank you. I'm going to end my message with a quote from Martin Luther King Jr. Take the first step in faith. You don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step.
Class of 2020, I wanted to take a minute this evening to deliver a couple messages to you. First of all, I know everyone is disappointed and saddened by the fact that we have to do our senior year, end of the year activities in this manner. Please remember that we're doing everything we can to try to make your senior year as memorable as possible, and we will continue to do that. Even though we have to do these events virtually right now, we will continue to look at other alternatives in the future, whether that's later in the summer, into the fall, so that we can have some more traditional events surrounding the end of your senior year. First of all, I want to thank you for everything you've done for Boone County High School. You've been a great senior class. I've told you that often in our class meetings, what a great job you've done athletically and academically, and how well you've represented the school. So I want to thank you for all that. I also want to thank you for how you are handling this current situation. You guys have been very gracious and compassionate and very understanding with all the things that we've had to do. I appreciate that, and I appreciate your cooperation as we work through all these things. The biggest message I want to leave you with, having been a former history teacher, many generations in history of this country are defined by the events that they had to face as a generation. We've had financial collapses, we've had wars, we've had other pandemics. Some generations are even called the greatest generation, like the generation that fought in World War II. I think this is a defining moment for your generation and how you're going to handle this pandemic, and perhaps set an example for the rest of the country. Your generation is the generation that's going to have to survive this and become the leaders of the future, and when we have to deal with these things again. So how you've dealt with that as students at Boone County High School, I have no doubt that you will be the greatest generation as it relates to this situation. I think you'll teach the rest of the country how to act compassionately, how to get along with their fellow man, how to help people who are in need, how to be leaders, and how to make sure that these kinds of things, if they happen again, we're prepared for them as a country. And to do that, we'll need good leaders. And I think that will come from your generation, so that perhaps in the future, you also will be called the greatest generation. Again, as I tell every graduating class, I hope you come back to Boone County High School. I hope you're proud of being a graduate from here. And remember always, go Rebels.